Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my weekly video predictions for what I think is going to happen in next week's episode for Game of Thrones Season 7. This is for Episode 2. It's called Stormborn. And spoiler warning, if you guys have not seen Episode 1 yet for Game of Thrones Season 7, that's Dragonstone. The review for that episode is in the channel right now. You can go ahead and check it out. I'll have it in the end screen videos for this one. If you haven't seen it yet, you can go ahead and click that to watch my review for the first episode. Good episode to set off our new season. Lots of interesting developments, picking up where we left off from Season 6. And looking forward to this being a great short, but really great season. We're starting to see a lot of developments and posturing with regards to our different groups and how things are going to go. Some groups considering allying and just some really interesting stuff starting to kick off now for Game of Thrones Season 7 and to see what's going to happen later on this season. So the preview video from HBO has been posted in their YouTube channel. The link will be in the description. You guys can go ahead and click it there to see the Stormborn Game of Thrones Season 7 Episode 2 preview. So we've got a few things in the preview. Going to give my thoughts and then we'll go over the synopsis for the episode. So the first part is a Targaryen cannot be trusted. Lord Royce says to Jon Snow in their North Winterfell meeting area. They've been discussing things and deciding what they're going to do. So this has to bring in question of whether or not he got the Raven the message from Sam, and whether or not he knows that that's going to be the key, is to get the dragon glass. That's where it is. It's at Dragonstone, so they're going to need it in order to fight the White Walkers. However, not everybody has seen the White Walkers. There are a lot of groups here that, of course, got to see Ramsay. They got to see what was happening with Ramsay and all of that, and fought in that battle, especially like the Vale and that, and some other groups around. However, they may not necessarily 100% believe Jon Snow for what he's saying. If they haven't firsthand seen the dead yet, then they may be kind of like, wait, what are we doing? Why are we doing that? They may not agree with him. And the description says, Daenerys receives an unexpected visitor. Jon faces a revolt. Tyrion plans the conquest of Westeros. So the revolt. So this one's pretty interesting to see who's going to kind of rise up against Jon in that. We can see in the preview video also someone is kind of sort of strangling Littlefinger, giving him what for. Who that is, can't really tell. Looks like it might be Sansa, maybe somebody else. But if this revolt against Jon is in the north, I would not be surprised if it had something to do with Lord Royce and the Vale, because Lord Royce is kind of one of those, he's very hard-headed, he's very stubborn, he's very with the ways, and this is how it is, and this is what we're going to do. And he's a pretty strong leader himself, I want to say. And he's, in a way, he might be right, because of course what happened with the Mad King and Daenerys, they don't know Daenerys. They view the Mad King as kind of crazy. They might think that Daenerys is as well too. Of course, they hear that she's got the dragons and stuff. So brings in some really interesting questions, and we'll have to see what they decide to do there, and if part of them rises up against Jon, and then Jon and the others have to kill a bunch of them. We'll have to see how that all goes down. Due to Littlefinger being strangled or something, I'm thinking that's what it is. But it also could be somebody else who's been loyal, and Jon decided not to give a castle and let the Umbers and the Karstarks keep theirs, even though what's happened during the battles and everything. So you guys can write your comments below on what you think will happen with that and just how you think that's going to go down. The next part is with Cersei. So Cersei's got the Mad King's daughter will destroy the realm, and I really like this one. So she's kind of playing up sort of the madness angle for Daenerys. She also doesn't know Daenerys as well as like we do. We know Daenerys, but she doesn't really know her. She doesn't really understand that Daenerys is actually very level-headed. She's not crazy. She's not mad. She's really nothing like that. But Daenerys, of course, is going to play up that angle so that everybody there kind of maybe reaches out to her for their salvation, for her to lead them and not allow this crazy daughter of the Mad King to, you know, become a mad queen herself and kill everybody, even though Cersei really is about as bad as you could possibly get. She's kind of a mad queen herself already. So interesting stuff, and you know, gotta love the way Cersei plays the game. Nobody plays it better than Cersei, that's for sure. So really got to take notes with what the things she thinks she does, things she says, the way things go. Yara says to the others at Dragonstone, Daenerys and Tyrion, everybody, we have an army, a fleet, and 3 dragons. We should hit King's Landing now. So they should hit it right now. She wants to go right away. And you can also see as part of it, maybe ellaria there? I can't tell. The hair's shorter, but I think she did cut her hair recently. You can tell the sand snakes, the cloth and the materials they wear. So I'm not sure if the sand snakes have joined with Daenerys. You'd think that they would. It looks like her and Yara might be getting a little frisky, so I'm not sure if that's her or if that's somebody else. I can't really tell, but they look like they're, you know, sand snake Ian, I guess, or one of the sand snakes, probably ellaria, because she's into some of that freaky stuff and stuff like that. So, so maybe her and Yara like each other. We'll have to see what happens with that. That sounds interesting. But it'd be cool if the sand snakes joined as well too. And also, of course, the Tyrells are out there somewhere. So Daenerys' forces, I mean, the amount of enemies Cersei has and the amount of people that hate the Lannisters with a passion is just mounting. So she's going to have to be an evil super genius to figure out how to fight back against this. But I like Yara's strategy, which is, we're here now, we got everything, let's go right away before they have a chance to really you know, maybe get ready to counter or get ready to defend. If they were to attack right now, I would not see, with the 3 dragons, the army, you know, and the fleet, it would be tough, man. It would be really, really tough for the Lannisters to fight back against that. We don't really have a good idea or understanding right now of just how strong the Lannister army is. I don't think we've got a recent count. I mean, obviously they have a lot, but dragons and, you know, the army and everything. Of course, the Euron's in there somewhere as well too, so it gets interesting for sure. But I think based on the timing of the season, we can't. There has to be some kind of reason. I don't mean to predict that they're going to make this contrived, but there has to be some kind of reason to push back the battle to near the end of the season, because I don't think we would see second episode in the start to the battle or the war right away. But I could be wrong. We'll have to see what happens with that. We may see some skirmishes or smaller battles, but I don't think we're going to see the dragons over King's Landing right now. So something's got to happen. Maybe Tyrion will come in and say, that's what they expect us to do, so instead we should do this. We're going to plan the conquest, so we're going to go here, and then we're going to do this, and we're going to do that, and you know, do what they don't expect us to do. So you know, and maybe that's right as well too. I'm sure Littlefinger would agree that you never want to do what your enemy expects you to do. You always want to keep them on their toes so they never know where it's coming from and hit them with a punch they don't see, right? We got some troops leaving Winterfell. We've got one of the wolves, you know, growling. We've got Arya looking onward at something, but we can't tell what. Also, interesting question is, do you guys think she's going to kill the guys she ran into? They seem like a good, jolly bunch of folk, singing and the whole bit. So is she going to kill them, or is she going to let them go? I think she's going to let them go. We'll see. And then we've got the kissing scene between Yara and looks like ellaria. Could be somebody else. And then we've got the choking Littlefinger scene that I already gave my thoughts on, probably Sansa and some kind of revolt. So it sounds like it's going to be a good episode too. You know, it's going to be a shorter season, so we can't see too much padding, but we do have some, you know, extra time. One of our episodes is 90 minutes. That could be episode 6 maybe, or maybe 7. Either way, I'm just really excited to see how things go here. This is a really fun time to be a fan of Game of Thrones, because we know that they're wrapping up the story pretty soon. It's only a couple more years, 13 episodes. Now we're at 12 left. 7 this year and 6 next year. So very excited to see how this all is going to play out. And of course, with it being Game of Thrones and this being uncharted territory as far as A Song of Ice and Fire goes, it's very exciting to see what they're going to do, because it's such a series where you whatever you predict you think is going to happen, you're probably going to end up being wrong. I mean, the simple prediction here would be Daenerys is going to smoke everybody and it's going to be all fun and games. It can't be that easy. There's got to be more to it than that, and I just hope they don't kill Tyrion. I hope Euron doesn't find a way to kill Tyrion. So, could be good stuff. We'll see what happens. Maybe Euron can find a way to get his hands on a dragon or something. We'll see, because that could be, you know, that could be impressive. He does have a pretty big fleet, So maybe he's playing some kind of way, maybe giant freaking nets or some shit. We'll see. So you guys can write your comments below. Let me know what you think. Let's discuss. Gotta love it. Absolutely. The finale for Game of Thrones, you know, coming right down the wire now. Episode 2 for season 7. Stormborn. Got to focus on Daenerys, of course, because I mean it's finally her time. All throughout the series, we've been seeing her do all this other stuff, and it's like finally Daenerys is here. We got to see her finally lay up the smackdown, right? If you guys like this video, please don't forget to thumb it up below. You can also share and favorite. If you got a Facebook, you wouldn't mind sharing through, I'd appreciate it. You know, click the share, click Facebook, share it with your friends. I'd appreciate it. And yeah, if you're new to the channel and you want to see lots more Game of Thrones videos this summer as well as next summer, and maybe afterwards if they do that spin-off they're talking about, then you better subscribe. You got to subscribe at the bottom left. That's it for this one. Send me your questions for the Q&As, guys. Send me those questions. I want to see what you guys want to talk about this week. Predictions in the comments below. Questions for the Q&As, and I'll have a Q&A probably for you guys tomorrow. That's it for this one. I'll see you guys again soon for another. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See ya.